Hello, I have finally returned.
Who the fuck are you?
I am the Amoeba.
I thought I killed you.
No, no, I have returned from the magical land of surgery. And I
God,
can talk again.
God damn it.
And I'm here to discuss One Punch Man with you.
Uh, I thought I had finally taken over the channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm sure the two other viewers that are here will be happy to hear your return.
Yay.
The third one probably just unsubscribed because you came back.
Oh. So, episode 5 of One Punch Man season 2.
Yep, season two.
I won't get too much into what I thought of the first 4 episodes because I thought you discussed them pretty well.
Yay.
Except one thing that I'll have to disagree with you on
Uh-oh.
is, and you said this may be just personal preference, but I like the theme of season 2 a little bit better than season 1.
Including the visuals or just the song?
I haven't rewatched the physical, I mean, like the visual opening of season 1. I just listened to both the songs, and they're actually done by the same band. So
They are.
I just like the second one better than the first one.
I have to hard disagree, man. I feel like the first one hyped up the show far better. And maybe this also just comes down to the visuals being poorer in season 2 versus season 1. Because with season 1 you had the song going, and you had with each successive hit that Saitama delivers is going in time with the music. Like
Okay, I'll agree with
that's
you on
that's
that.
it's probably just like all together is what makes it so much better for me at least. Um this second one, it feels so goddamn generic where it's just like, oh man, there's the character's image and there's his name. Yeah.
Although I really don't like the close of this, it just feels a little bit too pop.
I didn't care for it either. I listened to it once and I'm just like, well, that's all I need. I'll skip to the end credit section.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it either. Then again, I didn't really care for, I think, season one's ending either all that much.
I don't
Like, it
think I
was
liked it that
passable,
much
but it
either,
wasn't great.
too.
And I mean, it can be worse because most people aren't going to stick around for that unless they're looking for the end credits in like the live show.
Hmm.
Because most everyone else is just going to be like, well, let's skip that part or fast forward through this. Give me the rest of the anime that you're like forcing me to watch this ending for.
So the episode more or less begins with the revelation that there's a bunch of demon level threats and above that are seemingly attacking all at once, some of which attacking together.
Mm-hmm.
And I just noticed on some of the screens, one of them seems to stand out a bit more than others.
Oh, which one?
We have an eyeball squid, some giant bird monster, a
Mm-hmm.
woman in bondage, and a man in a sheep costume with a sign.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't know about that Birdman because he literally has a human hand sticking out from inside of his feathers at one point. So
Yeah,
I don't even know if he's really a Birdman or if he's just wearing a suit.
I'm not too sure if that was the same bird monster I saw on the screen in the HQ,
Mm-hmm.
but I but just the sheep man with his sign, I'm like, how is that a demon level threat?
It sounds like Catherine.
Hmm. Is this the prophecy that all these monsters are teaming up and attacking?
You know, I don't think they ever really revealed what the prophecy was, at least where I had read in the manga, and I don't think it's been revealed at all as far as like the show is concerned either yet.
Hmm.
There's just some kind of prophecy for telling humanity's end. That's all I know that I can remember at least.
And it seems that the executive son may have something to do with it.
Maybe, or maybe they just want to make an example out of him and turn him into a monster. Insult to injury.
Yeah.
Plus, the whole concept of what's going on here could also be the same idea that's going on in like, what is it called? My Hero Academia, where it's like, let's screw over all of the heroes and have everyone just like not believe in them anymore.
So that the monsters could become the heroes?
I guess more to destroy the idea of the association.
Okay.
And make it like people being like, oh man, heroes are trash. Oh, they're the worst.
What was your favorite scene in this?
It would probably have to be the Garo and Metal Bat fight.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
It's interesting, but I also feel like it was cheaper. Like they cheapened the animation that should have been done with that.
And I do agree with you that the animation seems a tiny bit lesser quality than with...
I would say more so, because you'd get those points where they'd have those like harsh shadows and some really hard hashing, where like they'd have all the lines leading up to the shadows and stuff, cross hatching and such. Like they don't have any of that right now. There was like one example where Saitama ran into Garo, and that's the one time I think they ever used it so far this season.
Do you remember who did the first season?
Wasn't it wasn't it Gynax or Madhouse? One of the two?
Oh, Madhouse.
It was Gynax or Madhouse. I couldn't remember which one.
I think it's JC staff that's doing the second season.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. They're not dropping back into like the original what is it called, webcomic style like they did before with Saitama in the first season. Like where there were just points where he would do the whole deadpan thing where it's like, okay, where it drops back into that style.
Yeah.
They've not done any of that yet.
And one thing that I'm also missing, and I'm just a little bit mad she didn't show up even for one scene, Tatsumaki.
I have words about Tatsumaki. Do you want me to bring up the manga now or no?
Since we're more covering the anime with...
I'm trying to do like a side-by-side comparison because I'm reading the manga parts as I'm going along with each episode.
Okay, then go ahead. Is she bigger in the manga at this point?
To be fair, she hasn't really shown up. The parts of the manga that they're taking from are parts where she does not show up. However, there are a bunch of side stories that happen in between some of these things that actually give a lot of character to a bunch of others characters, Tatsumaki being one of them, right? Now maybe they'll do like an episode that's just a whole bunch of hijinks with a bunch of these little side stories just smashed into one. I don't know. One of the ones that shows up in the manga, and this happens like I think between last episode and where this episode picks up, I think is where a good chunk of those were just slapped in there, from where I read it at least. One of them is including where Tatsumaki gets a day off, and she's just miserably bored. Like, she literally calls up the association, and it's like, do you have any work for me? It's like, nope, we got this A-class here to take care of that demon-level threat, and it was taken care of in no time. And she's just like, so enjoy your day off, Tatsumaki. So she just, like, hangs up, just laying on the floor. Guess I'll just sit here and be bored. So she gets tired of that, flies off, starts, like, searching, like, listening for people screaming, and starts trying to find monsters, only to find, like, every single one she runs into is already defeated. She's getting more and more upset. And the next thing we see is just, like, Saitama randomly taking a walk, and he's like, man, it sure is nice to take a walk, but I keep running into all these monsters. And freaking Tatsumaki's just showing up like maybe 5 seconds too late because Saitama's already dealt with it.
Uh, Speaking about Saitama, it seems that he's entering the martial arts tournament under a false identity.
Yes, he has. He has taken Chirango's identity. And,
Which
the
is
water
against,
polo fist.
which is water polo fist, which is against tournament rules.
Yes, it is.
Because Garo entered last year, and
How do you know it's Garo? It was a wolf man. Come on.
well, people are assuming it was Garo.
It could have been anyone. I do like Metal Bat though. He's a pretty good hero. Because
Yes.
he is a victim of his sister.
And it seems that he gets stronger the more damage he takes.
Yes, he does.
I know there's a name for that trope.
Oh god, it's a huge DBZ trope too.
I kind of like Sour Face.
Sour Face?
Uh,
That's one of the side heroes, right?
that's the guy with like the huge chin that Saitama was talking to a lot.
Oh right, that was the nickname they gave him in the tournament.
I don't remember his real name.
I don't remember his real name either, but he's just like he looks so upset and irritated at everything.
And he seems to be talking big, but he doesn't seem to be that confident in himself.
Nope, not at all. He's one of those guys that talks a big. He's Hercule. He's Hercule, but who doesn't do like the extremely ridiculous shit to get out of things.
Bakuzan, we didn't see much of him, but just from like the 12 seconds he was talking, he just reminds me so much of Heihachi from Street Fighter. I mean, Tekken.
I can't say I've played much of that, so I can't really comment on whether or not you're accurate or not.
But just in appearance, I'm like, that must be based on Heihachi.
It could be. It could very well be.
And, ooh, what was his name? The pretty boy guy.
Was he in this episode, or was he like
Yes,
shown at the end of the
he
previous
was
episode?
in this episode.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it's on my mask, that guy's a piece of shit. Not gonna lie.
And all the fangirls were screaming for him.
Yeah, no, on my mask is an asshole.
Oh,
The Chinese dude.
yeah.
I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he's a thing.
I'm guessing he will be a major threat in the tournament because he seems so innocent.
Well, I mean, they told you that he won 4 years ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't been seen for the past 3 years.
He's supposedly been goofing off, but who knows? Maybe he was actually doing something else.
Training.
Exactly. He was like Goku. He went off, he had a kid, he came back, and people were like, what the heck, man? You got a kid now?
All the fangirls would hate that, though.
See, that's why he's got to keep it on the down low, so all the fangirls will still love him. Or, maybe they'll love him even more, because now he has that dad bod. Maybe they'll take it as a challenge.
So anything you want to talk about for this episode?
I'm just trying to run through my head what all happened. A lot of it's just setting up and introducing characters for the tournament. There's the fight between Garo and Metal Bat, which it wasn't bad. I'm still kind of disappointed that the animation isn't as good as I was hoping it would be. It feels kind of like generic animation. Like, it's not bad, but it's not as good as most of the fights in Season 1 look.
Mm-hmm.
There was that point where Fubuki shows up to take care of, like, the dominatrix lady.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I do like Fubuki a lot. She's got... There's plenty in there. You know what? There's another side story I forgot to mention that involves Fubuki.
Okay.
Where she literally gets Saitama to sign a contract where the loser of a contest between like her team and his team has to do anything the other says.
Oh no.
And she's just so excited that Saitama was dumb enough to sign it. And then she loses. Because of course she does. Oh my god.
Speaking about losing, I kind of liked the quote unquote fight between Garo and Saitama.
Well, I mean, you know how it's gonna end.
and just Garo's chop breaks the concrete beneath Saitama, and Saitama's like, "Oh, what?
Don't get in my way while I'm shopping."
Yeah, let me do my shopping." Chops him.
Oh, you know what? I looked at the next chapter where the next episode starts. I don't know if they're gonna show in the they're gonna make an appearance in the show, but there is literally a Sentai ripoff of random ass animals as a team.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Like, hold on, let me just pull this up for a second so I can just list off these. Here we go: pink pig, black buzzard, yellow hyena, green fox, and red monkey. And they're just sitting there doing Sentai poses while there's explosions in the background. What is it? Combined, they are the Beast Rangers known as Zoo Men. It's so dumb.
Actually, if you want to be
Oh my! I'm
cool,
sorry. Hold on. I'm going to ruin this for you because it's literally just the game that King is playing.
actually,
Apparently, Pink Pig is a woman.
I think ZYU, and I think I discussed this in our Common Writer Guy and Brandon discuss anime, but ZYU is actually pronounced JUU, so they are the Jew-man.
I'm not sure if that's correct or not, just because this is like a translation.
Mm.
It's not. It's not. It's not like it's Japanese. This
Yeah,
is in
yeah,
fact
but just
translation.
going by pronunciation, not spelling.
I mean, for all we know, that's how it was translated, though. Like
Mm.
it may have just been the actual like kanji for zoo and men.
Yeah. Oh, so ZOO, not
Yes,
ZYU. Okay,
yes, it's
okay.
COO men.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
Because I believe ZYU means beast in Japanese.
firm ties bind them together, and faith in each other makes them stronger.
Oh my god.
So stupid. Oh shit, this is also another side story from the look of it because Saitama's back in his room wearing an Opie sweater.
Oh man.
The Opie hoodie is real. But yeah, there's like weird side stories like this that are just out of context that tend to happen, where it just pops out of the actual continuity of the story for some reason. Which is weird, but they're still interesting stories. Because they do develop characters.
So I guess that wraps up this review.
I mean, I guess I still think like episode 1 was the worst episode of the series so far because it really got off on a slow start.
Yeah, and maybe I'm not one to judge because I haven't seen season one since we covered it all those months ago, and I don't read the manga. I know you mentioned us getting into Dragon Ball Super sometime, which will happen, but I think it may have another 12 ish episodes to go.
Really? I thought the dub had finished at this point.
No, no, no.
Wow, all right. Well, make sure you tune in for that like last 2 episodes because holy shit goes down. That's real.
Yeah. Seems like I'm back for good now, so yay.
Well, until my assassins get to you anyway.
Oh.
Once that happens, then I don't have to deal anymore, and I'll be in control again.
And one side thing. Sorry if the sound hasn't been completely good for the past few reviews. I try to fix it as well as I can, and I know I tell you this sometimes, but I just feel the settings that I have and the settings that you have are different somehow.
I mean, we're also using different hardware each time we record. That's not helping things.
Yeah. So stay tuned for Brandon's Discuss Anime returning possibly June?
Maybe sometime. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out
Um,
once you're up
if
to 100% again.
yeah, if Ryan ever gets around to it, expect more pre-surgery movie makers. I'm not too sure how often he'll, excuse me, how often he'll get on that. Um,
Yeah.
and we're still doing Catherine on Fever Gaming, so tune into that. Like, comment, subscribe.
You get to see us as sheepmen.
Without a sign.
Yes, but we have a pillow. That's very important.
I just want to know, how is he dragon level?
You don't understand the threat level that sign possesses. It's a demonically possessed sign.
I may take your word on that because he may appear later on in the manga.
He shows up as like the champion of the tournament. Like somebody's punched him, he's actually like landed in the tournament, and it's just this is the surprise contestant that wins.
Oh my god.
No, you know what? The guy in the wolf mask was actually the sheep dude the whole time.
So, see you next week for episode 6.
Bye.